Hey guys, so I'm finally doing my review of Overtone that I talked about on my Instagram and Facebook. Um, so a little backstory here. I dyed my hair oil slick colors beginning of the summer, or spring, sorry. Um, Prior to that, I had a red-brown color. My hair is naturally red. I had been dyeing it by adding some brown in because I didn't like how blonde my red was getting. So the lady always add a little bit of brown to my hair and would touch up my roots. But then I decided I wanted something a little more fancy or different, and so I saw pictures of these oil slicks. And so she did a peekaboo where she bleached the back and then did the brown on top and then added fashion colors after she bleached my base hair. So then after that, I think I did one more treatment of oil slick, and I would go every 2 sessions. So I would touch up my brown roots every time, and then every other time I would touch up my fashion hair. So it would get pastel in between, and I would get roots about an inch or so because she'd have to bleach my roots and then do the pastels. So that's what she did with that. And that was really, really expensive because I was using lots of different colors and I was bleaching and I was also doing my roots. So it got to be to this point where it was just too expensive to keep doing, and so I decided I would try something else and just switched one color, and I would try to do the one color since it was since it's easier and I have colored my own hair before, like the browns or anything like that. So I went to Sally Beauty Supply and I got Ion Color Brilliant, the gemstone line, and I got, I think it's called Tanzanite. And so it's a really deep, dark purpley blue. And I did all of my hair with that and it looked really pretty, but my hair felt like straw after I did that. My hair never felt like straw after my salon lady did my fashion hairs, but this time my hair felt like straw. And it was only $5, I think, to do it, and then I think another couple extra bucks to get like gloves and stuff to mix and everything. But I was kind of on this hunt to find something else, and I don't know how I came across Overtone, but I came across it, and it's this conditioner. So it's not a dye, it is a conditioner that deposits color into your hair. So you're not dyeing your hair when you do this technically. And you do need, generally you need blonde hair to do this. Whether that's natural blonde or bleach blonde, you need that to do that. And that's pretty typical actually with most fashion colors. So anyway, so I thought, oh, this would be a really great idea because it's a conditioner and not a dye which changes the structure of your hair. It will be more conditioning for my hair, and the way they advertise it is to actually use that it's supposed to help maintain your fashion colors in between your dye jobs. So like I was saying, my oil slick got kind of pastel, so the Overtone, you would use that in between your dye sessions to keep your hair that's already colored nice and bright. So I actually messaged the company. They have really, really good colorists through the company that actually talk to you. You can send them pictures, what your hair currently looks like, what you want it to look like, and they will tell you what you need to get there. And it comes in this box. It says Overtone, and inside it came like this. It had like paper in here on this side to keep it from sliding around. So yeah, that was the box that it came in. Fast shipping. It did not take long to get to me. So they have two different lines, I guess you would say. They have a daily conditioner and a deep treat weekly conditioner, which is the one I had, the deep one. The main difference between the two is this has 1 to 2 times more dye in it than the daily conditioner. And this is the one that they suggest using if you're going to quote unquote dye your hair and not maintain. So that was what I got. I got the Extreme Blue Go Deep. Now, The Go Deep is also a different kind. Each color has different vibrancies. So there's pastel, there is vibrant, and extreme. Extreme is obviously the most deep, dark, rich color. So this is what it looks like when you open it. Whoa. Da, 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 da. Very blue. Smells rosemary mint like, and that smell stays in your hair for several washes actually. When I applied it, it was very, very, it's very rich and very moisturizing. It's very thick. So I decided that I wanted to do it, and so I needed to go back to my hair size, and I actually wanted my underparts here were all brown also, so I had like brown fashion color and then brown on the bottom. And I thought to make things easier for me, I would have her bleach my bottoms and I would just do all of this with the blue. So here you'll see that before of what it looked like to have her bleach my roots for my blue and then to bleach my brown, which was underneath. So it doesn't go nearly as blonde as the roots do because my roots are just my red and I bleach out really nicely with just my natural hair color. But because I was starting with brown, I went to a brassy color, but it was still blonde enough that I was comfortable just doing one treatment of bleach. Okay, so then what I ended up doing was I had assumed that because it was conditioner, I could wash my hair, put it in, and do it that way. And leave it in for the 15 minutes that they tell you to, and then rinse out. And as you can see in this clip here that I'll insert, that did not turn out well. It was patchy. I was not using a mirror even, so I wasn't even sure. I mean, I had an in-shower mirror, but it was not in, it wasn't good enough to really make sure I had saturated everything really well. So when I rinsed out and blow dried my hair, this is what I was left with. So I didn't want to wash my hair again or do anything else, and I thought, well, let me go online and do some more research and see if I did it wrong, because I had seen so many good things about it that I just felt like it must have been a user error. And sure enough, I went online and they said when you're using the weekly deep conditioner as a dye, where you're changing the color of your hair, that you should apply it dry like you would a normal dye. If you've ever dyed your hair, you know that you apply it to your hair dry, because when I did it wet, it didn't saturate my hair the way it was supposed to because it was already wet. When I applied it with just when my hair was dry, that turned out a lot better. So what I ended up doing was, instead of making my hands blue again, because you will dye your hands a little bit with this, is I went out and I bought these gloves. And I bought a brush just to make it easier to apply. So I don't have a bowl, you don't have to process anything, so I just scooped out of here and applied directly to my hair. So I have mirrors in my bathroom that I was able to kind of move around to make sure I got my roots really good and made sure I saturated my hair really well. So after I get it all in, when it was dry, I let it sit for, I think it was probably 20 minutes. They say you only have to do 15, but I wanted to really make sure that the 20 minutes, that it was good. And you really don't need to leave it longer, because the neat thing about this is that once the color has deposited to your hair, it will actually, it'll rinse out clean. You will not see any color rinsing away when you rinse out the conditioner. So that's the really neat part, is when if you're rinsing and you see it's coming out clean. I mean, you can even do a strand test when you have it in. If you can do this with the conditioner hair and your hands don't have any dye on them, you know all the color has deposited onto your hair and you can go ahead and rinse. So that's what I did. And that time it looked beautiful. Everything, as you can see here, got deposited. Everything is nice and even. Now you will see some color tone difference, but that was because my hair started different tones and different colors. I had the oil slick colors that were still there, even though it was under the blue from the dye that I had done. So I had purples and greens and blues all in my hair. So it's not going to be a flat color on me. For someone else, it will be generally one tone, depending on the types of highlights you have in your hair. But you can see the under color is a more teal color because that color of blonde was brassy and it turned the blue tealish, and then everything else kind of turned either a blue purple or a straight blue, like at my roots and everything. But it looks really nice and even, and I don't mind the color changes in it. I like that it's multidimensional. So for me, I didn't mind that, and I knew that that was going to happen. I knew it was going to completely change the colors of and tones of my hair. That it was just going to kind of add more depth and color to it. So in this next clip, I'm showing you actually what my hair is like today. After 5 or 6, I'm not sure exactly, 5 or 6 washes. As you can see, it's still really, really vibrant. This stuff lasts about as long as a semi-permanent hair color. So that's about how long it lasts. They say on the website that it will not wash out completely. I don't know that for sure. I'm never going to let that happen probably for a while, so I'm going to probably in a couple more washes here apply some more of this before it gets really faded. Like I said, I love the conditioning. It really moisturized my hair when I was done. My under that had been bleached did feel really dry because my hairdresser had just bleached it, so it did feel kind of straw-like and dry. But the moment I put this conditioner on it and rinsed it out, it felt so soft and smooth again, and the cuticles just felt smooth and soft and not that brittle type of stuff anymore. And the other stuff that the Ion had used didn't feel brittle either. So I really like it. I think it's great. They've got every color under the sun, and you can combine colors to make them different colors. They have like the straight colors, and then you can use 2 different colors together to make a special color if you want. I think next time I'm actually going to get purple to make it a little bit deeper and richer. Purple or teal, I can't decide. My husband would probably like purple, but I think I like the teal more. So I'm not really sure. I'll try and figure out what I want. Okay, so if you guys have any other questions, let me know. I'm sure I forgot something. I only wash my hair twice a week. When I go in the shower, if I'm not going to wash my hair, I just put it up so that it doesn't get wet because my hair doesn't really need it. It's pretty dry, not too greasy, and I just use dry shampoo on my roots when it gets really, if it's like a 2 or 3 days out and my hair is starting to get a little greasy, I'm not ready to shower yet. So that also helps prolong the length of time, but it's still the same amount of washes that it lasts for. But that's how I make it last longer. This tub is $36, I think. So my color conditioner, like the conditioner I was using that was meant specifically for coloring, and I had heard was like one of the best conditioners to use in shampoos, was $20-some at Target. So when you factor in how much you spend on dye and then your conditioners, I'm not really spending much more money because I now use kind of just regular shampoo or conditioners as opposed to the high-end conditioners. I still use sulfate-free shampoo and conditioners, but I'm using L'Oreal, their Everpure brand, to preserve my dye in my hair. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know.